ball knocked loose. White dive on it.
This is twice now the Celtics have been first to the floor. They try to save with Horford. Unbelievable.
Boston first to the floor. So good.
Brown fakes, fires up the three. Bang! Tatum dives on the floor. Everybody dives. Jaylen Brown with the flush. Blocked by Porzingis. He's doing it all. Tatum spinning, driving, layup. Washington drives. Blocked by White. Oh, what a block from Derek White.
All right. First to the floor. I'm joined by Wayne Spooney. How you doing, brother?
Doing good, man. You know, a longtime Luka Garza fan over here. So.
And a very special guest, long time in the making. This feels a little bit more like the Cam Johnson trade, bringing the podcast into contention as opposed to what the Celtics have done today. I'm joined by NikNBA. How you doing, brother?
I'm great. I was just telling y'all that I was doing a lot better before. Luke Kornet ripped my heart out, but I'm okay.
Yeah. Is there more NBA tape for you to study on Luka Garza or Hugo Gonzalez at Real Madrid?
Shit, if we're talking pro tape, shit, probably Hugo.
It's easy, Hugo.
Easy.
Oh,
Hugo.
man. Yeah. It's well, we'll start with some free agency stuff. Luke Kornet gone. San Antonio Spurs, 4-year, $41 million. Happy for Luke. Like, yeah. This is his bag. Like, this is all the work that he put in over his career to get back to turn into the player that he has become. Like, to be rewarded with $41 million, like, super well deserved. It's a big number for Luke Kornet. Obviously, like, this is a massive blow to the Celtics. It feels like Horford's probably gone as well. But Nick, I don't know, how are you going to remember Luke Kornet?
I'm gonna remember Luke as like a long lost cousin that went away for a long time, and I thought he was coming back, and he never did. But he got older, and bro, his development was absolutely crazy. Like, he was a guy that was a pure stretch five for like 3 years, and then he came here and stopped shooting. Well, no, I think there was a
big one.
It was a OKC game, I believe.
Yes, the one.
Yeah, his
and
first
he
game.
Like, two of them, and I was like, "Oh shit, we got some." And then everybody was like, "Nah, just stop shooting those." I was like, "What?" And then, he became this great screener, great offensive, like this passer out of nowhere, and well, not out of nowhere, but he just became this great passer, this screener, this finisher, this protector in the rim, and it kind of felt inevitable when he was starting to get this good. I was like, yeah, he took a pay cut last season, and I was like, yeah, man, this ain't looking too good. But I'm happy for Luke. I'm glad he went to a team like the Spurs. Him and Wemby, like,
fun.
Shit, that's gonna be fun. So, yeah, I'm happy for him. I am sad that we're gonna have to lose him in Horford. But it is what it is.
The new Robinson Duncan down there in San Antonio, dare I say? Yeah, I mean, I think Luke is sort of a testament to the kind of the genius of Brad Stevens and Missoula, where you take this guy. I think he's the all-time, has the most three-point makes in NCAA history for a 7-footer. And they're like, hey, the thing you've done to like get you in the NBA and be a good college player, you're not going to do that anymore. And I'm going to really miss his chemistry with Tatum in that OKC game. I think it was Tatum hit him on pick and pops for those 2 threes in that game. And like, they were just awesome together. They obliterated teams whenever they were on the court together. And like, he went out on the top, right? Like, he looked awesome in the playoffs. And I suspect maybe that added a few extra million to the contract here. It's a great spot for him. Luke is one of those dudes, sort of like Marcus Smart in a lot of ways, where I just want him to be successful, even if it's not in Boston. So go get your money, Luke. Go upset OKC in the second round next year. Let's have some fun. But I will look very fondly on the Luke Kornet era in Boston.
Yeah, dude. Great arc, as you said, Nick, like from out of the league, pretty much multiple stops with the Celtics, like came for a second, left, and then came back. And Kristaps Porzingis fucking us again, I feel like, with this one, because like not only was his, plague-induced body the reason why we kind of weren't able to get out of the playoffs. But that forced Luke Kornet to play so much more over the past 2 seasons, showcasing to the world just how good Luke Kornet was, showing them what he was capable in Game 5 of that Knicks series. And maybe another blow for the Celtics coming through here. Fenerbahce's Nigel Hayes-Davis, the signing with the Phoenix Suns. I know there was some reports of him potentially coming over for the Celtics, but that does not seem. We don't seem to be acquiring good players currently.
Hey, don't talk about guys like that. Hey, what's wrong with you?
Hey,
what's wrong with you?
I would love to be proven wrong. I couldn't believe that name that came across the ticker, Luka Garza. We'll get to him in a second. But so Luke, Spurs are going to be high on my list of teams that I'm rooting for. I'm trying to collect my teams, the list of teams that I'm going to be really pulling for. I might have to put some Ime Udoka stuff to the side. The Corn Hub, that's right, we're going to miss him. But I might have to forgive Ime Udoka because the Rockets are making moves. I kind of like what the Hawks are doing, bringing in KP and Nickel Alexander-Walker. But the Spurs, Cornet, they're obviously great as a backup big man. But I don't know, Nick, we play some drop with Cornet, with Wemby just flying around in that
raw roll. Oh my
God,
that's gonna be scary shit. I ain't gonna lie to you, that's gonna be scary. But
we haven't got anything official on Horford yet, but at this point, I think it's just better off for the Celtics to let him go because we know the path. That's if he stays, he helps us get 5 more wins, 6 more wins. I think we kind of want the opposite. I just hope he goes to Denver. I don't know, Nick. Lakers, Knicks at the top of my list of please don't go there. The Warriors feel like they're the leader in the clubhouse, but the Nuggets are the team I really want him to go join. Join Jokic, please, Al.
It's actually perfect if he just goes to the Nuggets. It's literally perfect. That's a team that I can be like, okay, let's go, Al. But the Lakers, ill. Knicks, ill. The Warriors, even worse. What they did us in 2022. I don't. So yeah. Al, please, I don't know if you listen, but please go play with Jokic, brother. Please go play with Jokic.
I think that's a good call. So, I know, Spoony, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, Al is the perfect mentor for Deron Holmes, too, who is I think he's the 21st, 22nd overall pick, completely missed the entire season, but he's got some Al Horford to his game. So, that would be really interesting for him to mentor him. But Al with Jokic, that's beautiful. Otherwise, just any other team that's not the Knicks or Lakers or Miami, Philly, I think you make the argument. He goes there, he sabotages them again. Maybe I could see that happening. But otherwise, the Lakers to me is number one because they need him so bad that it makes it even worse if they actually end up getting him.
Yeah, that would be really, really painful. The Knicks almost strike me if he did go there, it feels like it ticks some similar boxes to what he did in Philly. Hoping that he's the missing piece, but he kind of, I don't know, Cat and Embiid have some similarities to me in their regular season impact, maybe not translating completely to the playoffs. But I don't know, dude. From opening night, coming up ring night, from that night, and what we did to the New York Knicks to right now, Tatum Achilles, Drew Holiday to the Blazers, Kristaps Porzingis to the Hawks, Luke Kornet to the Spurs, Al Horford probably gone too. 5 of our top 8 are out for next season, and 4 of our top 8 are just gone, assuming Al Horford's gone. Nick, I mean...
What the hell?
I don't got no answers, bro. I don't know why you just say about that. I don't know. This is... I understand obviously it's all because of Tatum's his injury. Once he gets hurt for a super long time, it's just obvious that hey, Al Horford's 38th, 39. We don't want to. We don't have him for a season to do absolutely shit. So I mean, I get it, but it does hurt the same.
Yeah, I wonder if Al signs a 1-year deal, I will convince myself he's coming back after that.
Yeah.
But right, it's Tatum will be back, Al's coming back. He'll do his last season at Boston. If he signs the 2-year, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna really hurt. I'm gonna be extremely depressed. And like, I just keep like looking at the roster and thinking like, what happened? Like, we were the champs like 12 months ago. And it's several different things, primarily like KP's injury just derailed everything. Drew got old. It was always a team that was constructed with pretty, I don't want to say small margin for error, but like some blow it up potential with Drew's age and KP's injury history. And like, Jalen's always had a knock here or there. It's just like I'm having kind of a difficult time like wrapping my head around like what we're going to do. I'm going to have fun this season because I am so down for 25 minutes of like Baylor Shireman and Jordan Walsh. But like to go from I expected us to at least make the Eastern Conference Finals, frankly kind of expected us to make the finals, to like, should we tank? We should probably tank. And this is whiplash, man.
Yeah, this is, and obviously, and so much of this would feel different if Tatum's healthy. Like, if Tatum's healthy, there's still a chance to make the Eastern Conference Finals, even with that. Like, and if he's healthy, then Al probably stays, and Luke maybe stays. But you're probably keeping Al, and a team of Tatum, Jalen, Derek, Pritchard, Simons, Al, and Cater and stuff is like, oh, okay. But when you take a top 5 guy off the team and a top 5 guy that does everything for your team, it's like, how are we going to rebound? How are we going to play make? How are we going to create advantages? How are we going to do anything, especially now with no Luke and probably no Al? Yeah, we'll dive into what it looks like as it continues to crystallize here as Brad Stevens delivers me some more birthday goods. Luka Gaza, not high on the list of excellent birthday presents that Brad Stevens has delivered me over the years here, but maybe we should just dive into the fun stuff as we look forward to next season. The youth movement. AJ might be at the 2026 Summer League, but for now, we got Hugo, Amari, and Shulga. Right after this break, we're going to dive into the film with Nick here. All right, start with PrizePicks. PrizePicks time, baby. I don't have the ad read up. PrizePicks time. It hasn't been a super successful run for me because I was running the Caitlin Clark gauntlet lately. I think it might be time to hit the Angel Reese button. She seems to be on a little bit of a run here. Rebounds, points. I think we're hitting more on Angel Reese. And let's ride the Caitlin Clark slump for now. We're going less on Caitlin Clark assists and points. It's Angel Reese's time. She's taken back the mantle from Caitlin Clark here. We're going to download the app today. Use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Download the app today. Use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, run your game. All right. Let's start with Hugo Gonzalez. Hugo's hideaway. We've migrated over from Jordan Walsh's island. We're running low on power over there, and we've been rowing our way over to Hugo's hideaway over the last week here.
Real quick, Sweeney. Jake, if I may, I meant to open the show with this and completely forgot. Happy birthday. So there you go.
No.
Yeah.
That wasn't me saying I needed happy birthday.
No, I
appreciate it.
Mental noted that and completely forgot. It's like when I go to like make I argue a motion in court and like forget the first part of my argument, and then I get to the end and I'm like, how the hell do I shoehorn this shit in? But yeah, so happy birthday. And like really quick, Nick has just released, you just dropped Max Shulga's breakdown video like an hour ago or two. So he's got an awesome video on Hugo Gonzalez, Amari Williams.
Okay.
And I love how they say his name overseas. Hugo Gonzalez. I love that shit. I love that shit.
And Amari Williams, check them out. Nick is basically creating incredible content on like multiple times a week. So he's worth a follow. If you follow us, you should be following Nick for sure. So sorry, Jake, go ahead.
No.
Hugo Gonzalez.
Well, okay. I'll throw it to you, Nick. So obviously for me, it's like Hugo Gonzalez, 20th overall pick. And Brad's just throwing darts at wings here. Like whether it's Walsh, Shireman, Hugo, he's just next in the list of guys that we're hoping to hit. on that. What I like about him, just like on his surface, 19, 6'6" without shoes, so 6'7" in the old measurement system. Yeah, with 6'6.25" without shoes.
Without shoes, okay.
Without shoes.
Yeah.
That's like 6'7".
Which I've realized, Jaylen Brown 6'5.5", I think, without shoes. So taller than Jaylen Brown, 6'10" plus wingspan, and like a 220-pound frame as 19-year-old. So that alone, plus like having some good feel, that is the type of guy I like kind of taking a flyer on. But I don't know. Well, let's start positive, I guess, Nick. What have been some things that you've enjoyed from Hugo in your deep dive so far?
So yeah, as you said, 6'6", 6'10", 223 is
okay.
Really guy.
Beast.
So, yeah,
that's big.
My strength, no, it is. My strengths, is cutting. His feel for the game is crazy. He's been playing pro for a very long time, so he has that. Offensive, he's a crasher. The offensive rebounding is crazy. And you know us, those corner crashes.
Yeah, that's right. Missoula's gonna love that.
I think Pritchard and Hugo.
Yeah, I think they fell in love with that shit. So yeah, and as a slasher, he has some things to do around the rim, but like he gets his first step is quick, is strong. If he turns the corner, he can really get there quick. So yeah, and his intensity, his hustle, like it's real. It's real. Now, if it's honed in the correct way, it can be real. But there, of course, he's super young. There will be times where it's kind of like frantic Lee Smith kind of shit. But like he's smart. His feel is cutting. It's excellent. So there are some things here. And with that size, I see why they took a chance on him.
Dude, so I buy the jumper. I think the jumper looks really good, frankly, dude. It's
like Franz. It looks a lot like his shot before the
Yeah. Like last year's Franz shot when he actually shot the ball well. I buy it. I think it looks good. Like maybe sometimes his base, he needs to sort that out a little bit. But yeah, like the combination of his size and like strength at 19 and like I wouldn't say he's an elite athlete, but he's well and above average athlete, especially if you include the strength that he has. And like the give a shit level is so ridiculous for him that I like maybe he's just O'Shea Brissett, and that would kind of, I don't even know if that's a disappointment at 28, but that feels like kind of the floor for him is like he's a big athletic wing that's going to do all the dirty work and play really, really hard. And those type of guys stick around in the NBA for a really long time. But I think for me too, is like he processes the game. Not at like an elite level, but at a pretty damn good level for a 19-year-old playing in professional basketball. Like I can definitely, you said like in your video, like he's got that sort of connective tissue to him. Totally agree with that. He's kind of a make the right play guy. So you can see why they fell in love with him. The defense, I don't know. I'm a little mixed on the defense, Dick. Where are you at on it?
So I was higher when I first like saw his tapes and stuff. I was like, okay, this is cool. And then I started to like actually watch the games and shit. I think he's more of a like stocks type of guy than on the ball stuff, because man, his closeouts get really messy. But as a shot blocker, as the low man, it's real. It's real. So, but yeah, I've gotten lower on his defense since I've been actually like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm with you, man. I was watching this shit like, damn, he kind of getting blown. Damn, I was just like, so yeah, no, it's a work in progress. It definitely is. But the frame, the feel, the intensity, it's there.
Yeah. Oh, shout out. Appreciate you, Muzz. We'll put that in the 2026 Vegas fund. That'll be, as we're watching AJ, someone give me the last name. I'm gonna have to start working on pronouncing.
Just say Cam Boozer. He's the number two.
Or Darren Peterson.
Darren Peterson, Cam Boozer, or AJ. And we're watching those guys 2026 Summer League play for the Boston Celtics. Appreciate that, Muzz. Yeah, like it is interesting because I think when he first happened, it kind of felt like he was more of a guardy type of dude, but you start to understand like what his frame really is. But because like in your video, you talked about how he struggles a little bit with screen navigation. That's not uncommon with dudes that are that big. Like, Tatum and Jalen are not the best screen navigators. And then having him as like a weak side guy on the low man coming over to help, rotating. I do think the closeouts are something you can definitely work on. I think that's just a classic, like, especially in the context of Real Madrid. I know they were probably in some other games, but he clearly just wanted to play and wanted to be out there, wanted to like impact the game. When he's playing such small stints, I can see how that would kind of, lend itself to some of those bad habits. But if, out of control closeouts, it reminds me of Rob, right? Rob could not stay down on a pump fake for the first 2 years of his career. And then next thing you know, because with that length and athleticism, all it took was just a little bit of staying down. And next thing you know, he's able to collect 8 blocks against the Brooklyn Nets in the first round of the playoffs. So as long as I think that does not strike me as a trait that will be difficult to work on. Having the motor and the tools, like DeAndre Ayton getting bought out of his deal reminds me of this. It's like you can't teach playing hard, or playing hard is a skill and playing hard is a trait. And DeAndre Ayton does not have that. TJ McConnell's talked about how like Derek White's clearly got it. So Hugo having that piece of it and being able to at least process the game makes me feel like he has a chance. And on the shooting, Nick, you did a good job on this on your video as well. So many of his attempts came on late shot clock and grenades. So like he also shot like less than 53s, I think, last season. So the percentages are just all over the place volume wise. So yeah, and I'm with you, Spoonie. The shot looks fine.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Nick.
Oh, okay. Yeah. He shot 88 threes last year, and at least 15 of them were just like, here, Hugo, shoot the ball. Like, it's time to run. So like, I also don't want to preface that as saying that he's gonna he's gonna come here and it's like he's gonna shoot great. Even in his under 18 play, like he was never a great shooter. But there's context to at least this year that like the situation, like he was underused, misutilized, and all that stuff. So I wouldn't look at his style of play or like his time with this season and say this is translatable to like how he will play. Of course, he's not gonna be handling a whole lot here, but Real Madrid was not a good situation for his draft stock.
It never is for any young players. Like they don't care. And if you look at that roster, it's all ex-NBA guys, including my man Usman Garuba. Get him over, Brad. I still believe in Usman. On Hugo's handle, really quick. Like he kind of reminds me of Jaylen Brown when he was at Cal, where it would be like it's kind of a sloppy mess at times, and then other times he's like full speed, like in transition, crazy fast crossover, blows by somebody, and it looks so good. And then other times he's like trying to navigate in space a little bit, and it's all over the place. So, but like Jalen, I know everybody makes fun of his handle. The dude can generate any shot he wants. Like his handle has some ball control issues, but he's got a pretty damn good handle. So I kind of see the same thing with Hugo. So, Jake,
yeah.
Low end, mid end, high end outcomes from Hugo. So, okay, let me give you my low end. I am having a really hard time with a mid end. And then I think Nick,
he's either O'Shea Brissett or he's an all famer. All right.
Yeah, basically, yes. I'm having trouble with the one that's actually hard to come up with. No, but I think Brissett to me is like kind of makes sense for a low end. Brissett's smaller. But just from like his level of impact, the way he plays, like the tenacity, the not so great on ball defense, but solid off ball defense. It's all very Brissett-y to me. High end Franz. I'm not sure if he ever gets to Franz level of playmaking. But like, I can definitely see that they just aesthetically, their games look pretty pretty similar. But I don't know, where are we at, gentlemen? Jake, do you want to jump in first?
Yeah, I mean, I loved some of the clips that Nick's put up of like some of those Euros, like he'll stop, pump fake, step through, looking a little like one of those the doughy or Slovenians that's living out in Los Angeles at the moment. Like he has that kind of wiggle to him, but yeah, the again, he's so young, and this is why he went 28. Like he clearly has to clean up, like connecting all of it together consistently. O'Shea Brissett on the low end. I'm trying to think of some guys that were signed today in free agency that like he
Aldama.
Can, yeah, that great call. Aldama, nice contract for him, 17.5 annual for
like 352 or something like that.
Yeah, that's nice. Aldama is a good call. Probably a little bit smaller than Aldama, but like but just a dude that can play off of stars, make the right decisions. Aldama became a really good shooter. And obviously, comps are hard though. So I appreciate you giving it a try here, Spoonie. But I'm trying to think because like I know the shades of in the. Go ahead, Nick.
I kind of see like a young Oubre. Like if he can shoot, then probably because he can defend like 2 or 3 and stuff like that. But I didn't want to say his name because he's like not that good. But former Celtic Abdul Nader.
Okay, all right.
Like he can. Hopefully he can shoot. Hopefully, but his like that doesn't sound good. Shit. That doesn't sound good.
That's the low end.
Yeah. That's the low end. That's the low end. And it's like a solid guy who will play his heart out. He's gonna cut off his rebound. Like he's gonna give you everything. But like comps for him are pretty hard because like he does things very well, and then like it's his finishing confuses me so much because he gets there. I almost cried. Like he gets there with some actual craft, and like his like some of the travels and like him taking his 2 steps, it bothers me sometimes. So this kid has, again, he's young as shit, so it's normal, right? But comps are pretty hard for him. So thank you for trying, but this is crazy.
You're welcome. Putting you on the spot. Yeah.
So it is, but just like on the things, like things that can develop, right? Like shooting has been a thing that, you know, Derek White. I mean, that's a skill that a lot of NBA players have been able to improve on. There's also a lot of NBA players that have not been able to figure that out. Jordan Walsh is kind of hoping to become someone that has done that. I'm trying to look at some offensive rebounding potential. I'm like forward numbers or guard numbers that would like Harrison Barnes is probably, he's too good of a shooter maybe, but like that bigger forward that can be a connector.
Okay, I have one.
Let's go.
But like kind of like Kyle Kuzma, where it's like 35% from 3, big body, and like Lakers
rebound.
Yeah, like Lakers Kuzma when he gave it.
Okay. There you go.
Not this version, not the guy who's about to be out of the NBA version.
Can he be our Tumani Kamara? Is that in there?
There we go.
On ball, that's gonna be difficult, but
that's the thing. On ball, that's the thing. He's more of the off ball guy.
So he's unique then. Like, is what we're saying.
He's definitely
basically
definitely unique. Kendrick Williams, he's more of like Trey Lyles.
I think Trey Lyles is like a slower, methodical guy, but I don't know. Yeah, it's hard. So he's one of a kind.
Yeah, comps are always hard. All the comps on the Ringer were just like 3 different guys that were Esiches, and I'm like, all right.
And also, like their comps were like Venn diagrams that didn't overlap. Sometimes I don't know what they were doing with those comps. That was so confusing.
Maybe a little. Is he a little smaller Siakam?
No.
All right. Yeah.
Well, if he okay.
Because
high end.
Yeah,
high end.
He's kind of like Walsh.
Yeah. We've got either Abdel Nader or Pascal Siakam. Perfect.
Love it.
All right.
All
right.
We can
move
work
on
with
to
that.
Amari, Jake.
Yeah, let's Amari. I feel like this is your favorite player that we've picked up in the draft, Nick, who you did a video on Amari before the draft actually happened. Is he the best passer in the draft, or is Young Hansen? I know it's Young, not Hansen Yang now, I think.
Yeah.
Is he a better passer than Hansen Yang?
I think flair, I will go Yang, but like just like your like NBA style, like the handoffs and shit. Yeah, definitely. Definitely go. Like I love this player. Oh my god, we got film. Hold on. Hey, that's a regular occurrence, bro. That's a regular occurrence. So, yeah, no. And I talked with Spoonie on Twitter. Kentucky has this play where it's like a double like Chicago, where they set like two screens and then they come around and he's just handing it off, and like he's strong, he can screen, and his passing is just insane. So I love this pick. I kind of called forward. I was like, hey, can we pick Amari? And it happens. So yeah, I love this player. He is not perfect, of course, but this player, his passing, hopeful driving, his strength, he averaged 8 defensive rebounds, so he can, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully this is a guy that gets a lot of time, because our center room is looking pretty bleak. And that's the only positive in my mind, is that he might be able to play a lot. So yeah, I'll let you guys.
All right. Spoonie, go ahead.
Why could I not make this work?
It's the one on the the 1 second from the right.
All right, I got it. Yeah, I think okay, so Amari, like the passing's ridiculous. Insofar as like when he's the high man, the trigger man in like DHOs, it's so good. Like he reads backdoor cuts. Him and Kobe Brea, who elite shooter, they had really good chemistry when Brea was like coming out of the corner off pin downs for those Chicago actions, and the super Chicago with the double stagger screen pin downs into the DHL. And like, I just think we just lost Luke Kornet, and a big thing about Cornet was his ability to work that DHO game, to be the trigger man on the Chicago action, stuff like that. To just like move the ball, set a screen, get it back, hand off, move the ball, set a pin down, get it back. Not every big man is comfortable doing that stuff multiple times on a possession or making those reads at full speed. And he's really, really damn good at it. So I completely see the vision. I also like, he's super left-hand dominant, which is an issue, but the handle with the left hand is really damn good for a big man.
Hey, he's gonna keep it a lot. And if, like if it's with Tatum and all that gravity, and he just keeps and he goes, and like it's gonna be perfect. Now everybody's gonna look good if it's Tatum, right? But this year we have to see, right? But he has traits that translate so well. And something else is, I believe his free throw rate was like 74%. Like he gets to the line a lot, but touch is something that he needs to work on. So if he was able to like hit 70% of his free throws, that would be like a dominant trait. But and yeah, he's like at the rim, if it's not like him dunking, is kind of questionable. But
Yeah.
I think Kentucky gave him a lot of post ups, and he doesn't have post moves. So if we cut that out, hopefully that helps. But yeah, go ahead, Jake.
Yeah, man. Like, it's interesting because it does feel like his path to being an NBA player is there. It's like he's a really good drop big and to protect the rim. And it's like, okay, he can just make the right read on offense, and then he's clearly going to be able to catch lobs. He's athletic and fucking huge and long, and clearly has the ball skills to catch and make reads and make passes. So I think in the pick and roll with someone like Tatum, even like someone with Derek, I can see Pritchard and him. You know, can we recapture some of that?
Luke, yeah.
Yeah, you know, like they were like can he just kind of get comfortable finding those little spots along the baseline, and I feel good, you know, dumping it off to him and him. That's the thing, though. You just said it with the touch. He's got to just crank up the.
Yeah.
If when in doubt, I just got to be dunking this thing, and touch is something that, you know, we talked about it with Hugo. Tatum never used to be able to make a layup either, and he significantly improved at that skill as well. So you can definitely improve at it. But like if he can play solid drop defense, be a connector on offense, and kind of be a bit of a hub and catch lobs, like it doesn't feel like it's out of the realm of possibility that this guy can be a rotation big in the NBA.
Yeah, can I dump some water on the fire here a little bit though?
46th overall pick. He's going to be an NBA player. How dare you?
But honestly, I think for a 46 overall pick, he's got an incredibly high chance of being at least like a bench big. And that's a home run at 46, where like I can definitely see the vision. The one of the primary things that concerns me about him is that he was in an extraordinarily healthy ecosystem for a passing center in college. College teams cannot shoot. I'm a West Virginia fan. We had Javon Small and Jonathan Powell. Jonathan Powell can't dribble, but he can shoot, and he shot like 35%. And that was it. Kentucky had Brea, Almanor, Butler, Jackson Robinson, Owe, and Chandler all at 35% or higher. Which is unheard of in college to have 6 dudes who are like good 3-point shooters. So their spacing was like elite for a college team, which completely like plays into his skills as a big man, where he can work all those actions and they actually have space to make backdoor cuts. A lot of teams you can't cut backdoor because you're just cutting into the center. Not the case with Kentucky. So I am worried. Like this is the first season he was even kind of efficient. I think he was like 58% true shooting. He was like 56 was his highest before. Yeah. So there is to me some concern that like maybe this was like his first truly like great year in college basketball. He's 23, you know, playing in a perfect situation for him. The flip side is like, a lot of shooters. That sounds an awful lot like the Celtics as well, right?
Yeah. And like, I just think like, just because he was 7 foot 260, like he had to play in the post. He does not have post moves at all. He has a drop step and an elbow. That's it. So if we can take away some of those posts, take away all of them, actually, take away all of the post ups and get him into slips, into rolls, and he's dunking the ball, he'll be so much more efficient. And his job is simple. His job is simple here. So he's not going to be like over taxed and shit. So if he just does the simple shit that he has, that I see that's translatable in a scheme like Kentucky, who like Brea was a phenomenal shooter. Jackson Robinson before he got hurt was a phenomenal shooter. Tega is a finisher. Like he's athletic as shit. So it's just like everybody can shoot, can cut. It was perfect. Again, that does sound like the Celtics. So hopefully that can translate. But if he just does the simple things, it's right there.
Yeah, and I think just with this season, man, I'd like to give it a try. And if the 46th overall pick pans out like the 46th overall pick, then welcome to Boston, Cameron. Is it Cameron or just Cam Boozer? Is it full name Cameron?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, it's Cameron now. Cameron, Darren Peterson, AJ. I don't really want to see Luke Kornet playing minutes. I don't know. Like maybe Brad.
2-year deal.
2-year deal. Like Brad's done this twice now. Once with Tillman and now with Gaza. Now the difference is now we're out of the aprons and you can use that $3 million or whatever it is, 2.8 to aggregate in salary in trades. I don't know. You could have just done that on a 1-year deal. I don't really understand that Gaza deal at all because I would rather just see Amari play more. I'd rather see. I'm not a Cater guy, but he has improved since coming to the Celtics and improved since coming to the NBA. What development is there left to do? Let's see what there is there. Tillman Tillman's 26 years old. You know that?
Crazy.
He seems like he's 35.
That seems generous, honestly. As someone that turned 32 today, I hope I don't look like Tillman anytime, bro. I mean, goddamn, I'm looking like I got 2 ankle scopes on the right ankle. I look like Tillman running around out there at the moment, recovering from this ankle thing. But it's a weird front court rotation. I know. Any other thoughts on Amari you guys want to get to?
Nick, have you noticed him doing any short roll passing? Because that's something I've not really seen, and I wonder if it's just. And frankly, I did not watch every game or every minute of Kentucky games, so I just found there's YouTube clips with 2 hours of tape, and that's what I watched. Not all of it, but a lot of it. I didn't really see him operating in the short roll much, and part of that's probably because you're not trapping on the ball against Kentucky, right? But I was just wondering if you caught any of that and if he was any good at it.
Nah, not too much. I watched about 6 games. The next one I'm gonna do is I'm watching Florida and Duke. So I think Florida was his best game. He was dominant, and Duke, I saw the stats. He shot 2 for 12. So I'm gonna see what the hell happened there. No,
Malawak, Chatham, and
Malawak. So I didn't see a lot of short roll passing, primarily because again, he was the offense, so he has it a lot. And
did they have no guards? Was that a thing? I feel like I know that they had shooting, but they didn't have guards.
They had no dribblers, I guess.
That's what I mean. I guess. Yeah,
so they had Kerr Krissa, rat fuck, transferred from WVU to Kentucky.
Rat fuck? What did you just say?
yeah, that's what I said.
Whose name is that?
His name is Kerr Krissa. He's a point guard. He's been in college basketball for 15 years. One of those guys, and he got hurt and missed basically the whole season. So I think he was supposed to be the guy getting him in out of offense, and he just didn't play. And Brea and Robinson, who are both very good and are shooters, but they are not point guards at all. So it was just here you go, Amari, and we're just going to run stuff off ball.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to just guess quickly who's played more minutes between Neemias Queta and Luka Garza in the NBA?
Queta.
Yeah, Queta, man. 1,345, and Garza has played 973 total minutes. He hasn't played much.
2-year deal.
2-year deal. All right.
Experience, man.
Right. He's got a lot of room to grow, boys.
I can play the same numbers for you.
And I think they're the same age too. Queta's a few months younger.
Younger?
Yeah, Queta's 25. I actually thought he was a bit older. So, Queta's July 13th, and when he turns 26, and Luka Garza turns 27 in December. So, about a year older. Yeah. So. Amari, Nick, any closing thoughts on Amari? Your guy?
I think we covered it all. Yeah, just the paint stuff and at the rim. Dunk the ball, please. You're athletic. Dunk the ball. Oh, also, defensively, right? So you talked about him and drop, right? Is probably the preferred scheme. Yeah. He's a better vertical athlete than he is going sideways, but the Illinois game, Illinois, not noise.
It's a made up name.
He was guarding Will Riley a lot, and he held his own so many times. So he can switch if he has to. Again, not preferred, but he has times where he's holding his own. And he can move, man. He can. So defensively, drop, of course. Touch in the paint at the line. Please get better. But passing, he's there. The rebounding, he's there. He knows how to do the stuff that he's going to be asked to. So just get better, and I think he'll be straight.
Hell yeah, man. I want to see it. I want to see Amari, Hugo, Baylor, Big Three at Summer League. It's going to be
Shulganator.
The Shulganator. Speaking of the Shulganator,
wow.
Big Shulgs. Spoonie, I feel like you've got a special place in your heart for the Shulganator here. So please.
So I don't really know what it is other than I watched the the draft combine scrimmages, and he was in there, and I was basically like, who the hell is that? So I like ended up researching him a little bit before we drafted him. So I listened to Game Theory with Sam Vecini and his buddy Bryce, and like I really respect Bryce's opinions. He played college ball at a high level. He had Max Shulga at 41 on his board and was like, this is a home run at 57. So I've been digging in. I know you have too, Nick. Like, man, like that's, you know, I gotta hold on to something, Jake.
What is a home what is a home run at 57?
He's like a good G leaguer, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I guess Aaron Wiggins was picked 55. So
yeah, there's plenty of guys.
Manu
was 57. Ginobili. Yeah.
All right, that would be sick.
Yeah, it would.
So as someone that had never heard of him until he was picked, like you start researching him, I'm like, okay, well, he was a good defender. He has like a long track record of playing, at least
gets a lot of steals.
All right, here we go. But has a track record of being a 3-point shooter for his entire career. Good rebounder. He's older, so I'm like, he probably should be. You should be a good rebounder probably when you're a bit older and you're stronger than some of these other kids. But like, I don't know, he can shoot and impact the ball somewhat defensively. Oh, and like it gives you a chance at least, Nick.
No, yeah, he can do it all on the offensive side. Again, Brad, if you can rebound, you might get picked because that's what the Celtics love. So he averaged 14, 6, and 5 this year. He can shoot, he can play make, and he can rebound. He averaged 1.7 offensive rebounds this season for a guard. That is impressive as shit. Defense, he competes, is what I'll say. And and
ultimate backhanded compliment.
And VCU, they press a lot, and he's not like a great like athlete, so it's not the best show of him. But he competes, and he has great hands, though. I will say that he has great hands. So defensively, he's not gonna be like a stopper. He's gonna be smart, have high IQ. But I think VCU like he was pressing so like damn near all game, and it's just like he's not that athletic. So I think if we scale that back, he'll be fine.
Yeah, I don't know if I buy the defense. I think that to me is like the biggest worry.
It is for sure.
Yeah, like he gets not lost off ball. I don't really know. It's tough because I don't really know what VCU's scheme is.
Right,
he would cheat like crazy,
overcommit like shit.
Yeah, man, like insane, like taking absurd risks, which is part of the reason he got a lot of steals. But I mean, he did get 2 steals a game. Like that is super valuable and shows you he's not like a complete nothing on the defensive end. So I don't know if that's scheme or what, but like the off ball stuff for me is like, he's in no man's land way, way too often, but that's very teachable. And I think I trust the Celtics to teach him that. I just think the combination, he's not quick laterally and he's pretty weak, worries me, but he's a 57th pick. Like the offense is like real. Like the relocations and stuff, like he's really subtly reminds me of Hauser, where look at that relocation, bang, wide open 3. His offense is like he missed it. Yeah,
I was like so expecting that to go in
that game.
Process, Jake. It's the process. So like bang.
I was ready to bang.
Boy. He shot, 39% from 3. He can make them. So he's somewhere between Baylor and Hauser in the way he plays offense, where I don't think he has like the passing chops of Baylor, but he has sort of the off-ball stuff of Hauser and has a little bit of on-ball juice, kind of like Baylor. So you can see like he's smart. He's kind of like, I mean this in the nicest way possible, kind of an asshole in like this, the way he plays. Like he's super, super confident. So I think he's got a chance. I really do.
Yeah. The defense kind of was like, is he like, can he do anything in this? Like, is he just like, is he the roamer in this? Like, can he just, is he like
insane
allowed to do everything? Cause you come off of shooters. like real shooters and just go across the court. I'm like, what the fuck? And like, his coach and the coach says nothing. I'm just like, okay, maybe this is just how he is and how he's allowed to play, because when he was at Utah State, I believe it was the same coach, and they transferred. They transferred. So I don't know if he just has that authority with the coach. He's like, yeah, you can go do whatever you want. But the overcommits against shooters, we're not having that shit. So it's fine. But
okay, all right. Look, at the minimum here, this summer league team.
Hey, get this off the screen. What is this?
I'm just saying, man.
Where's he going? Look, 57th overall pick. This summer league team better be kind of good, because they're full of old guys. You know, you got Shulga, who's older. Amari's a bit older as well, right? Like he played 4 years in college.
5.
Baylor's like 32. He's like my age. Like Jordan Walsh, this is going to be his third summer league if he plays. Like, I don't think JD Davidson's going to be at the G League. I hope for him he's just not at the summer league. So for their sake, they better hope that they're somewhat good, because summer league you don't want to read too much into. But at the same time, if your team is full of like 24-year-olds and a third-year NBA guy, you probably want to be pretty good. And if they're not, then I'll just convince myself that summer league doesn't matter in that scenario. But like, that would probably not be a great sign for these guys, Spoony.
Yeah, man. I do think this team has a chance to be pretty solid in summer league. I will say about Shulga, he's going to be fun as hell in summer league, because like he tries shit. Like he's like throwing Rondo fakes out there and stuff. Like he's the man. Like I've fallen in love with Max Shulga, even if I'm not totally sure he's going to be an NBA player. So, yeah, dude, like I think to me, like Walshy going to summer league on his third year, like I'm terrified for the guy, man, because you know we're huge fans over on First Floor. Like, yeah, he looks bad, dude. Like that is not great.
Yeah, I love Walsh too. I love Walsh, and I think last summer league he just shot the ball bad like the first 5 games, and then he finally shot. And yeah, I don't know, but yeah, Shoga did remind me of like a smaller, less productive Shaman, but like he does everything on, like he scores, he shoots, he can rebound, he can pass it. He's not the, you know what I'm saying, he's not the greatest athlete, but if if Walsh is like shows no improvement, then like that'll be tough for me to swallow. I swear.
Yeah. Just keep hope alive, Walsh. That's all we need.
Yeah.
We don't need much. Just find a couple fish on the island to keep us sustained for another week or two. Because yeah, if he comes out and struggles, it's gonna be tough. Before we get out of here, the huge news coming through here: the Plum Dog millionaire back to Charlotte.
Oh, nice.
I feel like he was in Charlotte before, right?
Yeah.
He was back in there. Yeah. So while we were going, Luke Kornet to the Hawks here. Mm-hmm. So that's the one team in the Eastern Conference that's going for it. Like Porzingis, Nikhil Alexander-Walker, Luke Kornet. Who am I missing? That's obviously huge.
That's good.
Yeah, massive, and obviously Jalen Johnson, Ricochet, year 2 jump. Like this team is now coming. They lost Capella, but obviously you got Kongu and Porzingis here.
Yeah,
them and Denver and Houston are probably like the 3 teams that have made like real changes to their teams and feel like they're in position to actually do something. I don't know, Spoonie, do you want to pick a team? You go Hawks, Nuggets, or what was the other team I just said?
Rockets.
Yeah.
I think of going Hawks. One, like if you're going to build a team around Trae Young, this is exactly how you build a team around Trae Young. You've got like all these wing defenders who can also dribble, pass, and shoot, like with Dyson Daniels. And like, I love Nikhil Alexander-Walker there. Like him and Dyson Daniels, like nice. Maybe neither of them can really play point guard, but your ass is not scoring when they share the court without Trae Young. Like, and like we talked about at the end of the season, Jake, that Ricochet was kind of
I like him.
like, why is he not the rookie of the year?
Yeah.
It doesn't make a total lot of sense. And he's going to be in such a perfect position there, especially with Jalen Johnson back, where like there's just no pressure on him offensively, can kind of spread his wings a little bit. I think they're going to be really damn good. Who knows what they'll get out of KP, but then they got Onyeka Okongwu too, to just like step in and start when KP is, has the black lung or whatever.
No, 82 games. I promise you, he's going to piss everybody off.
Yeah.
It's going to be even worse. Yeah, he's going to make the All-Star team, play 80 games, and then be healthy and make the conference finals, and we're all going to light Latvia on fire. Sorry, Latvia and Pete. Go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, no, I like what Atlanta has done. Of course, the Rockets trading for KD, signing Dorian. I just can't believe they got KD and traded Green. Like, that shit is amazing for them. But the Suns, like, they had no leverage at all. So getting Green and picking Malawak at 10, that's cool. And then you trade for Mark, and then you trade up in round 2 to get Fleming. I like what the Spurs have done also. Like, their draft was just insane. To get Harper and Carter Bryant is just fucking insane. And then you take Luke from us, which is I just wish. Well, of course, there's no like. This is hindsight, but like imagine they didn't have like Fox and it was like Castle and Harper and this super young team. So I love them. I like the Orlando trade for Payne, but they haven't done much after that. I think they signed Tyus Jones, but that was about it. So there's been some really good off seasons by some teams that Denver, if they sign Al,
the Spurs. I wonder if they can try and get Fox on a small number, and then because just to rebalance their roster, they try and bring in. Man, it's crazy how much Jaylen Brown fits on that roster. It's like they desperately need Jaylen Brown, and that's why the people are down on Jaylen Brown's value. That archetype is so rare.
Yeah,
it just how many teams would be perfect right now if they had a 6'6" wing that can play on and off the ball and guard multiple positions, like. That's why Jeremy Grant is paid what he is, because everybody wants him to be Jaylen Brown, but he's not. That's why Pascal Siakam was so good for the Pacers. Like, dudes that can play that 2 through 4 spot, multiple spots, and and create tough shots in the playoffs. Literally, like, you just can't find those guys. So I'm never going to be down on Jaylen's value unless his body really starts to fail him, which I don't think it will. But Nick, it's been a pleasure to have you join the show finally. If you haven't subscribed to NikNBA on YouTube, breaking down the film, you got to get onto it. But Nick, anything to plug for us before we get out of here?
Nah, man, I ain't got nothing to plug. I've been a fan for such a long time, so this was exciting. I like the party vibes, man. This is great, man. So I appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you, Spoonie. Anything before we get out of here?
No, thanks, Nick. We are also fans of yours, man. So appreciate you spending the evening with us. And Jake LaRavia to the Lakers was really annoying. I feel like that's a great signing.
I know they just immediately replaced Finney Smith. I don't think he's
not as good though.
Nick's always doing our homework for us, which is awesome. Which is like diving into the Real Madrid film and educating us and all of Celtics fans. It's like a really, really appreciated piece of content, and like something that we really need in the space is people that can actually break the game down, as opposed to like you and Spoonie actually know what you're watching a lot of the time, where it's just vibesmen like me and Ben here just hanging out and enjoying the good times. But we appreciate you. We appreciate you, Spoonie. Everybody in the chat, good to see you. Kind of feels like the end of an era is happening in while we're talking right now, but we'll be talking about it all off season. Until next time, go Celtics.